superpowers to bring you entertainment.
Please, Mr. Zombie, don't eat me. I've got fibromyalgia. I've got gout.
And welcome to Business Party Podcast. Happy 2023, you beautiful motherfuckers. And we are back.
We did it. We survived Y2K. Well, oh no, we're 23 years late.
Right.
Bondo, good. Bondo, real good.
Bondo good.
For plants.
I love plants.
Plants love Bondo. That's where we're going, pal.
Oh, dude. Yeah, right. Fucking plants love fucking electrolytes. We are straight up going toward idiocracy, but we will get more into that. But here we are. Welcome into 2023. We are back, ready for more of the bullshit, and there's already stuff happening. Fucking House of Representatives speaker is not even elected yet. We'll get more into that too, and it's already getting wild. But how was your time off, my man?
I mean, the season wound down, which was nice. I turned 40. Which, you know, it's a milestone in my book. You know, Puerto Ricans don't last that long, actually.
Wish this man happy health, because as soon as you hit 40, everything goes downhill. Love you, brother. Happy birthday.
Thank you, bro. Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know, but they say the new 30 is new 40 is the new 30.
Man, somebody fucking lied about that, because 40 is fucking telling me your body needs to stop doing a lot of stuff.
We were supposed to only survive till our 40s, and now modern medicine is like, well, you can be 100.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about that. Like, once I hit 40, like, and I've heard multiple people say that, like, your body's gonna start hurting then. Why did we only live so long until modern medicine? You may have a point. I only think we were supposed to be here only so long.
I have, dude. It's wild. I'm glad I still have my eyesight. I think my dad lost his at 35, like started losing his. He needed glasses at 35. So right now I'm pretty happy. I don't have much gray. I mean, the girl told me I look 29, and I was like, thank you, but you're lying. So thank you anyway. I will tip you still. Don't worry.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, my wonderful wife bought me a Nintendo 64,
and it is the shit. It is
so
the shit
happy
too.
about, dude. I almost cried. I was just like, I didn't expect it. And
she bought you that dope ass modded one too. It lights up and shit.
It's it lights up all green. And a green controller. And then I found my games. I had a couple of them. And then yesterday I went to go searching for games, and then I found one of my favorites, Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy. Actually, it's funny because I saw they had at the place where she bought it an original controller unopened.
Oh shit! How much was that controller?
$175. And the guy went, "That's a good price." I was like,
"No, it's not." I don't care what you say. No, it's not.
I'm like,
okay,
I get it. Does it smell like 1997?
Right, that's the thing. It's like, I can see the system itself costing that much, but the controller maybe 70 at most to 80, somewhere around there. 170? Fuck that. Like, most of those systems, like the 64 and some of the Nintendos that I saw, are anywhere from like 150 to 250, depending if they're new or whatever, blah blah.
Yeah, I found the rare NCAA game too.
Nice. Well, you
NCAA 2014. I got it.
You need GoldenEye.
I got it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the ultimate.
Dude. Speaking of GoldenEye, so me and my father-in-law, my father-in-law came over for Christmas week with my brother and sister-in-law, who are 10 and 7. Shut up. Don't worry about it, people. They're great kids. All right. Don't worry about it. My father-in-law's a freak. All right. So anyway, so they came over, and it was me and my father-in-law in here in my studio. It was so cool because I got the two monitors set up. So I just took one, turned it to the side, and my father-in-law was sitting here playing, and I was sitting here, and we were just playing the same games. And then virtual reality. I was like, yeah, we got 2 Oculuses. And he was like, oh, okay, you because my father was 6'3". He's a big dude.
Big dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a big, scary dude. And and he's got that deep voice. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, so so I told him that I downloaded Sniper Elite because he loves sniper games. Loves
Hell
sniper
yeah.
games. Like he's a Marine and through, and he just loves sniper games and just like sneaking up on people and there's some kind of smile he has on his face as he's behind somebody with a sniper rifle, and he's just like,
He's like, I love this shit.
he's waiting. That man is waiting for the day that everybody just, the stuff hits the fan, and he's just like, well, guess you gotta start shooting people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, pops, yeah. I mean,
you ain't wrong.
so we were playing that. So I downloaded Sniper Elite, spent like $30 on it. My wife's like, I guess I got to download it on my Oculus for him, so you guys can play together. I'm like, yeah. So she downloads that. That's another $30, so $60 right there. Yeah, it turned out Sniper Elite is not a multiplayer game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I just spent $60. So I had to find one. So I downloaded Onward for another $20 each game. So yeah, spent $100 on 2 games on Oculus. But let me tell you, the Oculus games, they're pretty cheap, for what it is.
Right.
So,
very true. Yeah, because I mean, I think it was like the Star Wars game not too long ago was somewhere around there, and that one's badass. I played that where they actually have the training with the lightsabers and all that. And that game's pretty sick. But I want to get an Oculus, and I think isn't the Forest VR compatible? I think it is. Because if that one is, I want to play that VR so bad. And anyone that's listening, we started playing this game called The Forest. It's a survival type game where you verse these cannibals and shit on this island, and it is a wild ass game. But if that goes VR also, that would be the shit. I'm pretty sure that was the game.
Am I back? Oh, I did it again. I had the wireless and the wired on at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say your video was kind of
kind
of freezing up, but your audio was good. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Shit, I got to work on that this year.
I got too many internet connections.
I got too much internet now. I had nothing before. But so downloaded Onward, and dude, it was like playing GoldenEye 1-on-1. It was so much fun. It was it was like the training session or something like that, and we were just going back and forth, just killing each other, and literally because you have to be like, it has to be like real movement.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you get down on a knee, the guy gets down on a knee.
Mm-hmm.
When you get down on 2 knees, you get to blow people. But
but that's a different part of the game.
That's the bonus section. So I'm just, my father-in-law is sitting in the chair at first, and he's trying to play like that, and you use the joysticks to move and everything like that. So we're moving, so I'm ducking and all that stuff. And then I'm in one of the houses, and I'm just scoping to see. And dude, this scope, like, you have to really.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like just like, scope. No, you have to put it to the right
spot.
Angle,
so you actually get the fucking ocular right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking. I don't see anything. And then you got to put it back. And then, you got to grab your other firearm.
Mm-hmm. That's how that the Resident Evil game is the same way. If you get a shotgun and shit, you have to pull it up. You actually have to cock it and all that shit.
Yeah. And you have to unload. You have to load. And dude, I'm telling you, I was sitting there with the grenades like this. Blink, 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 blink.
I wonder if that Onward game, is that almost like, is it pretty decent looking, like it's almost like a John Wick type of deal? Because I think that's the game I've seen some people playing.
Yeah, it's a military game, so I like I said,
Okay, they might be a different one because I've seen one where like you're one dude and you go through this building, all of a sudden there's all these guys and you're just like pop, 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 taking these guys out doing this wild
that
shit.
might have been Bone Lab or something like that. But
Mm.
yeah, that's what I mean. The games are cool as shit.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm sitting there and I'm scoping, and I put it around. I'm on my knee, right? So I turn around and I see this figure in the doorway, and I scream. I scream like a girl. So if we're ever in a situation where somebody sneaks up behind me and we're in zombies, yeah, just know that I'm gonna scream like a bitch, and we're probably gonna get found out. I turned around and I screamed like a bitch, and I got shot right through the eyes. My father didn't have no mercy. No, just pow.
You die.
My body's all contorted and shit, and I'm just like, well, yeah, I guess there's one. And but yeah, it's so much fun, man. It's so much. I want you to get an Oculus so badly.
Oh yeah, I plan on getting one. I really want to get one mainly because yeah, there are some VR games that I can do on the computer, but for the Star Wars game and like some of those shooting games, I think they're so fucking cool.
Yeah, it's so lifelike too, except for the fact that you can see through your body, because you could just you see when you look down, you just see your pack, and I'm telling you, it's hard. It's like real life, because I was trying to put grenades in the sack, and I just kept falling through, and I'm like, son of a bitch! I kept having to bend. Dude, my back hurt. Over so much because they kept dropping the grenade. It was like pull the pin, throw the grenade.
Oh, no, dude, that was.
You pulled in through the
like you talking about that, like you're actually like your back hurt shit. That reminds me of the first time I played Wii boxing, and I felt like I got a fucking workout. Like I was doing that shit for like weeks. I was like, man, I'm gonna lose some weight, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's like it's serious stuff. And then at one point we were in the desert. We were going through different houses and stuff like that. It was, I'm telling you, man, it was fun for like $20 each. Like, and then you could do multiplayer online. We didn't even get that far. I'm telling you, we were just having so much fun shooting each other. And I'm running. All of a sudden, bam! Son of a bitch! And then I hear, because we found out by accident. Like my father-in-law, we were just trying to do the training session. We were just running around, and then I'm just like, it was my father-in-law, because he, no matter what game we play, he shoots me first thing.
He's like, "Oh, where's Davey? I'm gonna shoot his ass."
He goes, "Where are you?" I go, "I'm right behind you." Bam! No, we can't friendly shot in this game.
You're like, "Oh, I see where you're going. Okay, I gotcha."
Thanks, Pop. So we go and we got, so the first thing, Pop. Oh, I can kill you. Oh, just like shit.
That's fucking funny. That's his main interest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, all the time. The other day, we were playing Ghost Recon, and in that game he can't shoot me, but he found out that he could throw a grenade at the vehicle I'm in, and the vehicle will blow up, and I'll blow up with it.
He's like, so I can't directly kill you, but I can inadvertently kill you.
He's like, what's happened? You couldn't get out of the car? I'm like, no, my hands were melted to the steering wheel. What up, Rich?
What up, Rich?
We're
bullshitting right now about some video games and whatnot.
Yeah.
About to get into some more shit.
Bullshitting about our Christmas. So how was your Christmas? What'd you do?
Yeah.
Did you do anything fun?
Decently. I went over to my sister's house for a little while after Christmas. Actually, I spent the time Christmas Eve like I usually do with my kids. Had some good time with that. Me and my son sat there and played video games for a while too. He's 15 now. He's gonna be 16 this year. He's getting as tall as me. He's gonna be a big kid, which is gonna be awesome. I want my kids to be taller than I am, bigger, all that shit. Which Molly, my middle daughter, she's almost as tall as me too.
Jesus.
She's gonna be big. But beyond that, I went to my sister's on the 26th, spent some time over there, played some games and whatnot. I saw Black Adam, which is actually a pretty good movie. I'll give it some credit. Pretty good movie. Yeah. Now, it is weird because, like people said, there's a little bit of plot holes in it, and it's a little hard to follow, which, yes, I can agree with that, but pretty good movie, which sucks because they already canceled the second one.
Did they
But
really?
yeah, I think they already canceled. I think Henry Cavill is no longer going to
Yeah,
be
that's right.
Superman because them two were
Yeah.
supposed to be battling in the second one.
That's so stupid. I mean,
Mhm.
I finished Tulsa King. Let me tell you, if you Tulsa King is the Sopranos of the fucking Midwest, and it is awesome. I was
No
hooked.
shit. Okay.
I was hooked. Sylvester Stallone, best performance. Best performance. It's. I think we showed we showed the trailer last time, but I think it's only 7 episodes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It was only 7 episodes, and it sucked because like I wanted, it didn't really finish. So I'm like, I'm hoping there's more. You have another submit. I'm right here, Rich. I'm right here. You can't just talk about me like that right here. But yeah,
Smooth brain of the year submission.
smooth operator.
I mean, we're already live, so.
But yeah, Tulsa King was just so good. I'm hoping it's not like one of those. We'll try it, see how it happens, and then I need them to make more. I don't care if people like it or not. Just make more. I mean, how much does it cost? It's a ranch, Sylvester Stallone, and
right,
well,
especially theirs. To be honest, it probably isn't that crazy expensive because I mean, look at like what fucking Yellowstone does. They go like in Montana and another area and all that shit, and I love that show. But I will say it is basically Sons of Anarchy in the West.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I mean, so with the setup here now, I freaking love it because I'll just put on Tulsa King or I'll put something here, play on here, and then just do the multi, which is fun. And let me tell you, man, I slept on computers for so long. I
did too. I did too.
Computers.
Me and my buddy Larry have been talking about that because he's the one I've been doing 7 Days to Die with, and he's been more of a console guy and everything else. But now that I got more into computers, been talking to him about it and a few other people. It's like computers are the way to go.
Yeah.
Especially if you want a game.
Yeah.
Do all of it. Like like everything that I do. Like everything that I'm running off my computer gaming system, but it's podcast, all that shit. You can do anything you want. It's so much better than a console.
And you could just take it out and put new ones in, take it out, you could just slowly kind of change it as the time goes and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And now with being able to download shit, dude, we started The Forest, and that game, that was just fun as shit.
Yeah, playing with Richard.
Yeah,
dude, that was awesome. I like that game quite a bit.
I want to play. I can't wait to jump back on that because that was just fun as shit. I died in the middle of a cave, and then we had to go back and had to dive. I spawned as a black dude, and I'm like,
Well, that's another thing that I like about 7 Days to Die. If you start getting more into that with us, it's basically the same type of deal. Like also, if we have one spot, if you die in another spot, your backpack will be in that area. We got to go get that shit. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and just you have nothing. Everything is gone. Like, oh, you already took that. You got to find your own stuff. You got to find your own stuff. Stupid birds. The stupid birds. I literally was hacking a bird 3 times right next to it, and the bird's just standing there looking at me like, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're dumb. And then I finally get it, and the bird's like, I'm like, shut up. We can play tomorrow if you want. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I will be down.
No, it's the wife's birthday. I can't play tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, tomorrow night I do have 2 Jacks, 1 Scotch, which speaking of anybody listening to this right now, I have another podcast, 2 Jacks, 1 Scotch, and that is on Rumble only and Spotify. We have been putting it there, but basically it's been Rumble only because we're the same way as here, but we go a little bit more into other shit like the vax bullshit and everything else, which is why we don't even try to put it on here, which who knows? I'm waiting for us to still get taken down off of YouTube totally.
Well, I mean, we have signed up for OnlyFans. Folks, so we'll see how that works.
We need to do the Patreon soon too. Yeah.
I mean, we can try the Patreon first and see how that goes and see if we get thrown off there and then go to OnlyFans.
That is true.
So
Tinfoil hat got actually taken off of Patreon a while ago. That was the only one that I subscribed to on there. And once it got taken off, I was like, well, that's kind of some bullshit.
So we have both accounts. So
But Rumble is one of the main things that we need to end up setting the live
Yeah.
up, which I know Richard knows how to do, and I'm gonna have him talk to us
we need
soon
to
about
start
that.
putting. Let's build a mansion.
Fuck Timmy, let's build a mansion.
Timmy! Boys in a wheelchair anywhere in the bottom of a lake. Fuck them.
I know, right?
But yeah, so we are gonna go.
But yeah, beyond that, the rest of my Christmas has pretty much just been chilling, playing video games, buying a whole bunch of that, starting to get ready to be learning this Ableton music program, start writing some music, hopefully getting more shit going for this. And anybody else, again, that is listening, if you have podcasts and shit and you maybe want an intro, outro, or some other shit, start coming and talking to us. I might start doing some shit.
Yeah, sorry. I had a text message. But yeah, so we will be going to, I guess we're going to go Patreon first, see if we get kicked off there. We will probably do like 45 minutes here on YouTube and then go to Patreon and then, be able to say and do things that, won't get us kicked off.
Exactly.
Hopefully. And if we get kicked off there, we'll go to OnlyFans because you know what? Apparently OnlyFans is an app and it's not just for, it's for a lot of other stuff too. It's comedy, everything.
Well, I'm going to see if this gets us kicked off, which I'm going to say right now, that Bills player hit was not because of the hit. I don't give a shit what anyone says. It was not because of the hit. And actually on the 26th of December, his doctor said I gave him the booster.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I kind of looked into it. That doctor looked kind of shady. Like that doctor looked kind of like.
I know I can hear that, but it wasn't from the hit. I've taken harder hits than that. That was a very average NFL hit.
I don't think it was.
But here's the other thing: he went into a second cardiac arrest. That doesn't happen whenever you get that. You get the one, it'll fuck you up, and if they bring you, you're okay. If you get the second one like that, as they said that he did, that is something else.
Well, didn't another football player just die recently? A couple days before that.
Yep, from the Jaguars, but he was proficiently for the vax.
Yeah. So I mean,
and they said he died of an enlarged heart, which has been pretty well proven now that it does that. I mean,
I love how when we talk about the environment, causation is not the reason for something. I mean, causation is the reason for climate change. But when you talk about the vax, causation is not the reason for something. You can't have it both ways, people. This is what frustrates me about those people. I said those people. You can't have it both ways. You can't tell me believe in the science and then tell me there's 97 genders. Okay? You can't tell me you're fluid. One day you like to take dick, the next day you don't. Okay? You can't tell me that. And if you want to tell me that, I'm going to tell you there's some kind of mental issues, or you're just trying to be not canceled or not known as that person. Here's an idea. Take a stand, be that fucking person. Because you know why? Because you're true to yourself. Not saying that nobody can be whatever they want to be. They can listen, you can be whatever the fuck. If you want to be a turtle, you can be a fucking turtle. You want to take a shell, put it on yourself. You want to call yourself a turtle? Go ahead. Be happy.
The main thing is like it's the forcing upon. Like that's what I did. Like millennial. I watched a millennial Spike Lee. I watched one of his Instagram videos today, and he went through it again because there was this guy who was asking black creators a question, whatever, and then millennial cut in. It was from his TikTok, but it was like one of the stitches, and he was talking about that. All of us are the same. We all really are the fucking same. It's like where the problem comes in is whenever you start trying to push your ideology onto another. That's the whole point of libertarianism and let live, and like even all of us, like I want to be as free as possible. I love having all my guns, but I will tell you what, I'm not going to push all of that on somebody else because that is just America. We have that.
Yeah. Listen, that's why I just call everybody asshole. Because
right. See, I think we are to an extent. Now
Skittles, you're
now
different. You're different, Skittles. You're made of different. You're made of the taste of the rainbow.
right. See, I think we are, because I mean we're all going to disagree in certain ways and whatever else, but we are all the same for the fact that we all bleed red. It's just everybody wants to be heard. Everybody does want certain perspectives. Now, when it gets forced, or you try to make somebody listen to what you have to say, or push them in by policies and blah, that's where it starts becoming the authoritarianism bullshit and blah blah blah. We're just trying. The White House. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's so funny to watch people just like contradict themselves all the time.
I think I do too. I'm not gonna lie. Right about, I eat so much fucking hot sauce. I probably do too.
But you got hot sauce for Christmas, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I bleed Valencia. But I mean, you talk about people who just are just don't get it. Like, look at, people forget the internet is forever, and then if you tell me that it didn't happen, then you're just being willfully ignorant and stupid. Because I just, so AOC says, so some Jake Sheridan said, interesting moment. Cat McCormick, whatever his name is, said Democrats have been drinking during the speaker vote. Dems asked to take down her quote, her words. A mechanism formally erase her words from the record. There are no rules, so there's no mechanism to do this. Okay. What does AOC say? If Dems took a shot every time McCarthy lost, a Republican, we'd all be unconscious by now. Okay. Mind you, isn't that the same woman who tried to take down Nancy Pelosi?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't she do the same thing for Nancy Pelosi?
I like her comment down here. Fun fact: way back in the day, there used to be large wooden boxes in the cloakroom. Yeah, there you go. In the cloakroom for members to stash their flasks and bottles before walking onto the floor. The boxes were preserved and are now kept in the Library of Congress. Guess what? Nancy Pelosi knows where the fuck that shit is, because she sounds drunk as shit on her last speech when she calls it Schwanza instead of Kwanzaa. She doesn't give a fuck about you.
No. So she tried to do that. And so I kindly reminded her, funny, because you tried to do this to Nancy Pelosi, but you didn't have the balls that you wished God gave you to stand up to the establishment.
My man. Hell yeah.
Right? Because she did. And then hashtag bought and paid for. Because she was bought and paid for. They told her, oh, we'll give you this, we'll give you that. And guess what? She voted for Nancy Pelosi.
Yep.
But no, you've got people with actual balls standing up to the establishment and Kevin McCarthy, and you got that. And you got, well, could be drunk. Yeah. Yes. You know what also wasn't allowed in Congress at one time? Byron Donald. And now look, he's allowed in Congress. So once again, you're making the point, everybody else's point for them. It used to happen. We've changed. You motherfuckers just came back from a month of being off. Paid with
exactly.
Oh, and now Miss Broomstick is gone. Listen, mister, I don't want to. Listen, I was asked why I only dated white women, and I said to them, I spent 22 years with 2 Puerto Rican women. If you take that and you factor it in, that's 99 years of being with a Puerto Rican woman, living with Puerto Rican women. I do not want to spend another year living with another Puerto Rican woman.
Yeah, which means I probably lost 10 years on my life or so.
Moving out to Kansas has gained me 10 more years, probably. But like, it's so hypocritical. She did the same thing, and now here she is. Well, everything he lost. Shut up. You tried to do the same thing, and then you just cowered. You put your tail between your legs, and you went, Nancy Pelosi.
Well, that I mean, I can understand why. Also, like, why these fucking Republicans are pissed about the fact that McCarthy just didn't get voted in because they just want somebody in. But we all know that he's not agreeing to things that we want, like the term limits. There was other shit that Matt Gaetz was talking to him about that he refused. So that's why they don't
term limits. Actually, I have what Matt Gaetz was saying, but also I wanted to bring out the stupidity of the mainstream media. And this is why we do what we do, because the mainstream media is filled with idiots who don't do what they're supposed to do.
Oh. And beyond the mainstream media, dipshit Eye Patch McCain Crenshaw wants to fucking be like, oh, you're not voting him in because your own self-interest and blah, blah. Bitch, you're the motherfucker who said the only reason why you're doing any of this is because you get to do trading and shit to make money. You fucking asshole. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's not what you're supposed to be in there for.
No, you're a public servant, bitch. You're not supposed to be making that much money.
But listen what the mainstream media is saying about the fact of why people aren't voting for McCarthy.
Faced with those 5 hardcore no votes. And what happened when he did that? Well, that was seen as a sign of weakness. And then you had 9 other conservatives come out and said, whoa, wait a minute, this is all too little too late. Suddenly the opposition, after he made concessions, went from 5 publicly to 14 publicly. So then he tried the reverse. Well, enough of the concessions, I'm going to get mad. Chewing out those who were opposed to him. And that didn't work either. So it's unclear what he can do at this point, but it's also entirely unclear who in this narrow Republican majority would actually have the vote to get 218 to be elected.
Wait a minute. I didn't get to the right section.
As Rachel mentioned,
well,
all these concessions on the being subject to the call of the chair, the ability
minority leader of that party. And so I think that you do see these 2 different strategies playing out in these chambers as Republicans are trying to figure out what their path forward is.
I mean, it was extraordinary. I'm sure you remember, Kira, when I not all that long ago, I asked McCarthy, I think it was like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Is Joe
Biden, here it is. Yeah, okay.
President of the United States, did he legitimately win the 2020 election?
Okay. Here it is. Yeah.
Was talking, I was really thinking about the tale of 2 chambers that we are seeing play out. Sure, the House has all the drama today, but it's also the start of the new Congress. So over in the Senate, you have a different leader, Republican leader, Mitch McConnell, who, as you remember, was very blunt in condemning former President Donald Trump. After January 6th, he has been very blunt about his role in having a very small majority and placing the blame on Trump for a lot of what unfolded and what was a disappointing midterm for Republicans. And still, he was elected as the minority leader of that party. And so I think that you do see these 2 different strategies playing out in these chambers as Republicans are trying to figure out what their path forward is.
I mean, it was extraordinary. I'm sure you remember, Kira, when not all that long ago, I asked McCarthy, I think it was like 4 or 5 times.
Yes.
Is Joe Biden the legitimate president of the United States? Did he legitimately win the 2020 election? And he would not give me an answer to that. He lives in the White House. He is president, which are facts that we know. But he wouldn't say whether or not he won that election, won that office legitimately. And again, because he was afraid of doing anything to get crossways with Donald Trump. And I mean, I know that Kevin McCarthy knows and believes that the election was free and fair in 2020.
Bullshit.
Step up and say that publicly.
Keep telling them a lie. Maybe it'll become true one day.
If he believed it, here's the thing with McCarthy. McCarthy's a fucking government shill. He's a complete rhino. And if he believed that it was, he would have said, yes, that's exactly what it is. If he didn't answer, he has an inkling that it wasn't. I don't give a shit what anyone says. He would have straight up been like, yeah, it was free and fair. It was done.
Yeah, but but the fact that they're saying, oh, well, it's because, a Trump, Mitch McConnell won clearly because he condemned Trump. No, that's not why. Here, so you're telling me Matt Gaetz is not a fan of Trump?
Oh yeah, no, Gaetz definitely is. He uses fucking so much Trump shit.
Yeah,
sayings and shit.
So let's go to the real reason why they don't want to go vote. Don't want to vote for him.
Joy and this discomfort that this moment has brought. But if you want to drain the swamp, You cannot put the biggest alligator in charge of the exercise. I'm a Florida man and I know of what I speak. We offered Kevin McCarthy terms last evening that he rejected. We sought a vote in the first quarter of the 118th Congress on term limits. He refused. We wanted a budget from the Republican Study Committee that balances on the floor in the first quarter. He refused. We wanted the border plan that the Texas delegation put together on the floor. He refused. And it is true that we struggle with trust with Mr. McCarthy because time and again, his viewpoints, his positions, they shift like sands underneath you. Even Kevin McCarthy's own mentor recently said that the lies always change. And Mr. McCarthy is not only responsive to pressure from the right. Time and again, he has failed to achieve the goals that we seek on spending and on the fight. For months, we have been asking Mr. McCarthy for his battle plan. How do we ensure that we stand up for folks in the military who feel like they're being purged? How do we ensure that if there's the passage of a farm bill, it includes things like work requirements? And all we got was a handful of howdy and a mouthful of much obliged. So we do not want to be here at this moment. We would prefer to have a unity of purpose, but we will not continue to allow the uniparty to run this town without a fight. There's very little difference between Nancy Pelosi and her California delegation mate that seeks the gavel. And we want to change because this town is broken. And this is a person who has acknowledged in Mr. McCarthy that the town is broken. And he has been a part of that process for many years as a member of the leadership. We'll take some questions.
And this right here is part of one reason why I will not be voting for Trump unless he changes his shit, because he wanted McCarthy in the House. And number two, he will not condemn the fucking bullshit vax. He keeps fucking saying it's fine. But his whole thing is, you don't have to take it with me. Like, I will give you the... No, fuck you. Look what's happening.
Yeah. People are fucking dying. And you're still pushing it. And it's like, dude.
And he looked like a fucking clown when he released that NFT before his plan. I'm sorry.
I've heard different things about it, but I mean,
I can understand you want to raise money and shit, but you look like a fucking clown releasing that as your big statement and then fucking coming out later with your plan. Like, come on, man. We need real motherfuckers. Like, I already thought you were a joke when you got in because you're a fucking reality show television guy, like in a business. Okay, I voted for you because you're a business guy. You did good for the country. I can understand that. But you're doing stupid shit now.
I thought you hated the big orange fat fuck.
Yeah, I voted for him 2020. That was the first time I ever voted, to be honest. And I didn't get political till after fucking all that shit started hitting town, BLM and Antifa and shit. And that's when I was like, hold up.
Well, I talked to my buddy yesterday, and I haven't talked to him in a while, and he's a hardcore leftist, like Bernie Sanders leftist. And we were talking, and he's just like literally, he's had lunch with Bernie Sanders, and he loved the dude, and like he hates Biden. Like, he's like, this is ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
I go, why do you think I voted for Trump? Because these guys are just, they're criminals. They're legal. They're legal criminals.
And to be honest, like, if it would have been like, and I see what you said, and I would have pointed out to him, I'd have been like, it would have been the same way under Bernie, but it wouldn't have went as fast. Yeah. It would have been a slow burn.
Yeah. But I mean, they just want to tank the economy so quickly. And I'm like, see what happened? You see what happened? You let somebody in, and the guy said he's laundering money, like he's bribing people. He literally said it on television. And then, oh my God, did you hear about the Virgin Islands?
No.
Oh shit. So, did you hear that the AG from the Virgin Islands was suing JP Morgan Chase because they knew?
Exactly. That's why Trump should have been in there now, because this wouldn't have been happening. I guarantee if Putin would have tried some shit, we would have been bombing Moscow. Okay, yeah, maybe we would have went into a war, but I'd rather that.
Yeah, so the Attorney General from whatchamacallit, from the Virgin Islands was just so happened to get fired a couple days after they announced that they had a lawsuit going against JP Morgan Chase for funding Epstein.
What?
Yep. Guess who? Wait, who was just down in the Virgin Islands this weekend and has a history of telling people that need to get fired?
Oh, really?
Grandpa Crappy Pants.
Hmm.
Just so happened, and they were like, and they were like, oh, we haven't seen Joe in so long. It was nice to see him again.
And then somebody ends up okay.
Just wonder why all of a sudden Joe had to go to the Virgin Islands real quick, huh?
Right.
Go through that story. He just so happened to go to vacation. Yeah, and AG gets fired.
Yep.
Let me pull that up. But yeah,
that's fucking crazy. That's the same way with that fucking lawyer.
Yeah.
That got fired for investigating his son and shit.
Yeah. What is it? The AG.
By now, all this shit that keeps happening like this, if there's any Democrat or leftist does not see what's going on, they're not going to wake up. I am a firm believer that there's so many people that are just not going to fucking wake up. I want them to, because they need to see what's happening. But by now, it's really that Yuri Bezmenov deal from the fucking KGB that they were putting out. It's you guys are basically useless idiots now if you're just going to keep believing this shit.
Okay, so let's see if I can find the article.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Exactly. If you don't fire the prosecutor, you're not getting the $1 billion. Boom.
All right. So it's from Breitbart.
And then what'd he say after that happened? He was like, well, son of a bitch. Next day he was fired.
Next thing you know, he was fired. So Virgin Islands Attorney General fired days after suing JP Morgan Chase for facilitating Epstein abuse. U.S. Virgin Islands Attorney General Denise George was fired by Governor Albert Bryan just days after announcing a lawsuit that accused banking giant JP Morgan Chase for turning a blind eye to evidence of Jeffrey Epstein's alleged sex trafficking operation. George's filed a lawsuit against JP Morgan Chase federal court in Manhattan last week, arguing the financial institution benefited from Epstein's sex trafficking operation and helped conceal activities that occurred on his property by failing to comply with federal regulation on records properly and reporting that may have tipped off Epstein's activities to U.S. officials before they eventually came to light. So
that is fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Financial institutions can connect or choke human trafficking networks and enforce actions filed in injunctive relief obtained by attorney generals are essential to ensure that enterprises like Epstein's cannot flourish in the future, George wrote in the complaint. George argued that JP Morgan Chase should have thought twice before allowing Epstein to become a client, given he had pled guilty to sex-related charges.
Exactly.
Sex-related charge involving a minor in Florida in 2008. However, on New Year's Eve, Governor Bryan confirmed to several news outlets that George had been fired from her position as Attorney General. And
dude, that just shows dude, if that happens in that short amount of time, that shows everything you need to fucking know.
Yeah. And once again, just so happens, who just went to the Virgin Islands this past weekend on vacation?
Exactly. Yep.
I'm just like, here we go. For everybody who's, this is a Daily Caller. I thought that was the Daily Mail. Because I was going to be like, for everybody who's like, I need people, shut up. Here we go.
Well, the Daily Caller is actually pretty good, too. That was started by Tucker Carlson way back in the day.
Biden arrives in U.S. Virgin Islands to relax between holidays. December 27th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, AP News. Okay.
So, I mean, just a coincidence, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Just a coincidence. Joey does it again. What are they hiding? What's he hiding?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we all basically know, but it would be nice to get some more confirmation. Like all this bullshit about how the government fucking completely fucking put everybody off Twitter, all that shit. At least we got the confirmation. Now people need to start being held accountable, but they are showing that they are hiding shit when that like that happens. Oh, wow.
Once again, it's the first time that somebody's been convicted of a sex crime with no clients.
Right.
Tell your fucking wife I'm right here. She wants to know where I am. I'm right here.
Saying that what was the Fox one about you better support McCarthy or shut up? That's what Maxine Waters supposedly told this guy, RC Maxwell, and he has a blue check mark on here. Maxine Waters just told me to quit my bitching and support Kevin McCarthy or else. And then I told him down here, I hope you told that old hag to shut the fuck up. Which probably didn't happen, but yeah, that's a little bit of some authoritarianism. You better fucking do this or we're gonna have problems.
Why does that bitch look like her face is stuck in 1987?
Right? Like she's still mad about something in 87.
She got kicked out of an Eddie Murphy comedy show, and she just got mad, and that's the way her face.
Dude, she always just the way, what was that? She has that permanent resting bitch face, like unapproachable.
Bitch face. She has constant bitch face, but it's just like she looks like a Hall of Fame monument head.
She does, yeah. Look, like she looks fake, like dude.
She just looks like.
But I mean, beyond making fun of her in ways, which is funny, she is just an unhappy bitch.
Yeah. Dude, I watched a TikTok today that showed a bunch of people. He can't sniff kids in prison. But a bunch of representatives were born in the 1930s and 1940s.
Yeah, dude, they need to be out. That's the point of term limits. Get them the fuck out.
Like, the world has changed, and you want me to believe that you have changed with the world?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Well, here's the whole thing. Yeah, it's no, you haven't, but you want to act like it. And the only changing that you have done is the fact that you want to keep trying to push forward more shit to get money off of all of us. That's the only progression you've made. Period. You don't give a fuck about what these people want, what we want, what any of us want at all whatsoever. And you guys prove it consistently when you put together bills, especially like this fucking omnibus bullshit where it packs so much into it. So fucking much into it. And literally, again, Nancy Pelosi's bitch ass has said before she got out, oh, we're going to have to pass it to see what's in it. That's not the way government works, cunt. That's not the way this shit works.
The way it's supposed to work, but you know,
well, the way it's not supposed, yeah, the way it does now. That's why I keep telling everybody, stop paying taxes. Fuck the federal government.
Rand Paul just he laid it out. He was like, "There's 4,000 pages in here, and we got it once again, 24 hours before, and once again, it's filled with bullshit."
Exactly. 4155 pages. What do you say? We got it like 1 a.m. So you have like fucking 2 days or something to read it, which if somebody sat down and literally went through all of it for almost 24 hours, you could get through it in like 5 days. Like, what the fuck?
Okay. Here we go.
And in this omnibus, we are going to give other countries help on their border, but not our own. Boy, is that great.
So here is Rand Paul exposes 7 insane ways the federal government wasted your money. He identified more than $482 billion in waste. $4.5 billion in improper small business loans as part of the government's insane multi-stimulus effect. The Small Business Administration gave out 44,920 loans that were likely ineligible and or fraudulent, to the tune of $4.5 billion wasted. That's nearly 40% of the total loans given out.
That is fucking ridiculous.
$140 million on a luxury spa in Florida. As part of its COVID-19 spend, the federal government gave out bail money for a state and local government like candy on Halloween. It's perhaps unsurprising then that some of it went to truly absurd purposes like Broward County, Florida, spending $140 million of federal COVID relief money to build an 800-room luxury hotel overlooking the Atlantic Ocean that includes 30,000 square foot of pool decks, a rooftop bar, and even 1,100 square foot spa.
Okay, here's one thing with that kind of makes me weary. Then the fact that they're doing that, they all seem to hate DeSantis, but yet they're doing that in DeSantis, and there has been rumors about why I shouldn't just trust DeSantis.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, once again, they all just want the money.
DeSantis is a very, very good front man, and he does some good shit, but I'm not saying he can't be crooked, which I think he might be in ways.
$31.5 million to help criminals buy luxury cars. The federal government's COVID benefit programs were put together so hastily and with so few guardrails that they became scammers' dreams. Senator Paul highlights one glaring example of the runaway fraud. Criminals used $31.5 million in federal COVID relief money, much of which hasn't been recovered, to buy luxury cars, including Corvettes, Porsches, Lamborghinis, and
What
Ferraris.
the fuck, man? God damn.
Okay, $3 million injecting hamsters with. Oh wait. Well, we'll go with this one. $3 million injecting hamsters with steroids.
I don't even know what to say now.
Where's my $5,000, you fucks?
I know, like I'm just okay. Podcast over. I'm sorry, people. What in the fuck?
$3 million. I will do it for a million. One, maybe.
Fuck.
I'll do it
Give
for
me-
100,000.
Yeah, give me like 100,000 and all the steroids. I'll take
Federal
them all, and
government
I'll go fucking break baseball records and shit. What the fuck?
Federal government has given Northwestern University more than $3 million to inject hamsters with steroids and watch them fight. Senator Paul reports that sounds almost as cruel as it is pointless.
Oh my god.
$210 million to improve education in Jordan, and I'm not talking about Michael.
Right.
American schools are failing many students, but our federal governments spend hundreds of millions trying to improve education in random Eastern country. That's right. According to this report, the Fed spent $210 million to build schools, improve the Ministry of Education, and much more in Jordan.
Oh my god, did you just read number 6? I want to
Hold on.
lose my shit right now. I want to punch so many people in the face. Are you fucking serious? Oh my god. 118,000 to study Thanos' finger snapping. Oh my god, my brain hurts. What the fuck? Holy fucking god. Marvel nerds were getting a kick out of this one. The federal government actually gave Georgia Tech more than 118,000 to study whether Thanos could have really snapped his fingers as he famously did in the 2018 Avengers film while wearing metal gloves. Oh my fucking god. They concluded that the fictional scene was not in fact possible. No shit. Oh my god. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna move past that one. Wow! Oh my fucking god!
Oh my god! Oh, hey, look, Forever Redwood. Hey, Max, how you doing?
If nobody believed that we are in idiocracy, like that, right there.
I love the conclusion. No, they concluded that this fictional scene was not in fact possible. Oh shit!
Whoo! That makes me want to like get ridiculously drunk and forget about how stupid humanity is. Oh my god! What in the
punch
fuck?
Babies right in their soft spot,
Right? Oh, all the future ones born under stupidity.
Number 7, 1.7 billion to maintain empty buildings. The federal government is so incompetent that it can't even easily sell off unused property. As a result, it spent billions maintaining empty buildings, Senator Paul reports in a depressing but deeply symbolic farce. In all in all, Paul identified more than 482 billion in waste. That comes out of an astounding 3,300 per federal tax payer. What would you have done with that extra money this year? Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's just 7. 7.
Now, that's fucking ridiculous on the especially 7 about the 1.7 billion toward empty buildings, but at least BlackRock isn't buying them, but they're going to anyways eventually. That's the whole fucking thing, is it's going to be a monopoly on that. But Jesus Christ, number 6 makes me want to do so many fucking things, like just punch people in the face. Are you serious? We did that. You guys were really curious about that. I could have told you that for $10. No, not going to happen.
The conclusion, it couldn't really happen.
Yeah.
Like, for real?
The conclusion, it's a fucking comic. That's why, so it can happen there. Not like, what the fuck?
Hey, can we spend 200 billion on trying to find out whether a mermaid can change her fin into a legs
Right?
and get her voice taken away by a big giant squid?
Oh my god! Wow, that I cannot believe that. Oh wow.
How about can we spend 12 million on trying to have kids be bitten by spiders and see if they could turn into a spider?
I would be more interested in that.
And see,
I would be more interested in
and
that.
let's see if the girls can actually come web.
Gwen Spider got an upgrade.
Spidey pig. Yeah. Oink, oink, oink,
Oh
oink,
my
oink.
god, what is happening, bro? Like, Jesus.
But that's not. But the point. The funny thing is that's in a lot of the spending bills. Those are in the spending bills.
It's in a
over-
federal
Yeah.
spending bill.
They're in a lot of them.
Oh my god.
They're in a lot of federal spending bills. Like we don't. This is why I hate when people go for like the
Translucent lives matter, you bigot. Oh my god.
But this is why I ask the people when they get mad about the headlines. It's like, did you read the entire fucking article? Once again, everybody made a big deal about Trump's taxes, and then what happened? He said it. He used the loophole that Hillary Clinton and her friends made to make to not pay taxes.
Yeah,
They
same
wrote
as all
the
of
laws,
them fucking do. Oh,
and
yeah.
they've been going for 6 years trying to get them. And what did they prove? Dun, 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 dun. The article was, are the tax laws really made so that way people like Donald Trump can avoid paying taxes? Yeah.
Yeah, dipshit. And also, guess what? The motherfucker lost money. While all of you assholes like Nancy Pelosi, fucking Dan Crenshaw, and all you assholes that do that have gained money. Now you're worth millions over when you weren't when you started. But he lost money. Didn't take a cent while he was president from the president's pay. But he's the bad guy, right? Yeah. He hasn't done great shit, but I mean, well, he's done some pretty great shit, but he's also been an asshole. But man, I'll give him credit on that. He didn't take any of the money. He doesn't seem like he's fucking
He
took
took
any
$1.
special interest shit.
He took $1 per year, and then the 400,000 that the 400,000.
Yeah, he donated.
No, he didn't just donate 400,000. He donated 500,000. He donated an extra $100,000 a year. But
hey,
but here we go.
but yeah, let's check his tax returns and make him look like an asshole, right?
Here we
Try
go.
to.
Trump's tax returns raises alarms about fairness of the U.S. tax code. No shit.
People have been saying that for fucking decades that it's not fucking fair. It should be a flat tax. And the stupidest thing is when you say that, people will say that the rich is not going to pay as much as you. Are you fucking retarded? 15% is 15%. 15% out of 49,000 a year, out of 15% out of 1 million a year. Come on. It's the same fucking thing. They shouldn't have to pay more. It's just all of us pay what the fuck it is.
Do you understand that corporations know how to and I like when they say somebody's net worth is X amount of billion or X amount of million. Like, dude, do you understand?
If they sold it and shit, and if they got that.
Yeah, you could be a janitor at Amazon and could be worth $200 million. And you could still be driving around a Toyota.
Exactly.
You know why? Because you don't have that money until you sell it.
Yep.
And if you lose it, you lose it. If you don't sell at the right time, if you don't sell, if you get options and whatnot, and they tell you can't sell it before you get fired, they make stipulations, you can't do that. So your net worth can be whatever. How much money you really have, it's a different story. That's why, and it frustrates me. It's like I get it because I never knew this before, but that's why I learned. That's why these guys buy these big giant yachts and why they have all these people work for them. Is there a tax write-off? So that way, they count it as a loss and they don't have to pay as much in the end. And that's why they have these things, so that way they can write it off and be like, well, I spent this much on this much on this, this much on this. And just because, they have these yachts and all this, once again, they're also giving people jobs.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I mean, they do that for that, but it's also intrinsic value because if you have it, you can also just have that value for later. So like if I
Yeah.
do have like one of the main things that I like to buy is actually musical instruments and shit because they really don't lose fucking value. So it's like I have intrinsic value in that. So like I can own that and sell it later. It's the same way as a dude who buys a fucking hotel. You can have that intrinsic value. It either goes up or down just a little, but it usually doesn't get too crazy. Usually it goes up for the most part.
Well, like so we went to see a comedian for my birthday, and his name was Colin Moulton, and funny dude. I'm trying to get him on, him
Hell yeah.
and
I
the
yeah, I
opener,
think you were talking to me
yeah,
about that. Yeah.
him and the opener Ben Jones, two funny dudes, and so he was talking about garage sales, and I'm like, dude, I love garage sales. Like
Oh, yeah. Same.
Dude, I go to the thrift store like once or twice a day because
Hell
it's
yeah.
just like it's just a reoccurring garage sale. It's like you never know what you're gonna get. Like I
Mhm.
got the NCAA game today for a good price, and I was like,
Hell yeah.
fuck it, I got to get it. So, so one of the things they had there was a Gibson guitar.
Oh
Mind you,
shit.
this is a thrift store. Okay.
Dude.
$350 for this guitar.
Guess how much it's probably worth?
A double at
Yeah,
least.
at least. Probably thousands.
Yeah, because I bought the game for half of what it's worth.
Oh yeah, that guarantee that guitar is at least worth double, but probably in the thousands. Because if it actually says Gibson, depending on what it said, if it was Studio Les Paul or any of that, yeah.
And I was just like, that's why I go to these things like twice a day, because you never know. In the morning they could be one thing, and in the afternoon there's totally different stuff, and you never know what you can find.
Right.
Like I got I was looking for a Michael Vick jersey, because listen, I get it. He's a bad dude. Great player though. Great
Yeah.
player. And the
Yeah.
Atlanta Falcons jersey that he wore, the black with the red and the white, I
Oh, it was
loved that
dope.
jersey.
It was
I loved
dope.
it. And I just had
He was a
happened to-
sick ass player at that time too.
Oh,
He
yeah.
really did fucking do some
Yeah.
shit.
He was a linebacker as a quarterback. If he didn't have his issues, because he was raised the way he was raised, he would have probably been a great, one of the greats. But he
Oh yeah,
had
I
his
think so
issues.
too. I think if he would have had a solid 3 more years after all that shit would have happened, he would have been. I think he would have been in one of those like people are like, who's the top 20 or 20, 30 quarterbacks of all time? He would have been in there
Yeah, he would have been in that conversation
because he didn't have the greatest arm, but he was pretty accurate. But his running and his game management and short passes and shit. Oh yeah,
And I mean, and then after he came out of prison, he was fucking jacked.
yeah, he was. He was big as fuck.
He was huge. He was huge.
But
And
yeah,
then
but he didn't have the same game though.
Yeah,
Like that was the whole
it
thing.
it was like 5 years later, like 5 years
Yeah.
to kill your game.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, but yeah, so I was looking and I had just happened to be there at the right time, and the guy's like, well, I just saw 2 Blackhawks jerseys just go, and I was like, I'm a Pens fan, but Blackhawks, gee, they're the oldest team in the NHL, and
they're my team. Absolutely,
they have so much respect, and of course, the Griswolds,
Mhm.
Blackhawks fans.
Dude, I was so like I'm a really big time Hawks fan. I even have a fucking wallet and everything with them on it. As soon as they got rid of fucking god damn it, the last coach that they had, I can't remember. I can't remember his fucking name right now. I feel so stupid not knowing his name. Coach Q, Quinville.
Okay.
When they got rid of Quinville, I was so pissed because I was like, you guys are done. I guarantee you're done. Guess what? They've been done ever since. They still kept some of their main players, but they were done. They had a dynasty with Quinville. Why the fuck did you do that?
Yeah, they had. Well, it depends the same way with LaFleur. They had a great goalie, and and I was like, you got rid of LaFleur. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so the guy had just gotten there before me, and it was a red and a white jersey, and they were $20 each, and it was like, oh man. And I was
Hell
talking,
yeah.
I was like, man, I really wanted those jerseys, but I was like, I was too late, and I was talking to the guy. He's like, oh, I got this Michael Vick jersey that just came in, and I went,
Ooh.
oh, really? I go, which one? He goes, the black one. I go, can I see it? And he goes, yeah, sure. Let me go grab it. And he grabbed it in the back, and I go, I've been looking for that jersey. And he goes, oh yeah. I go, how much? He goes, well, it's a Mitchell and Ness. It's a real expensive jersey.
I didn't ask you what it was. I asked you how much.
He goes, wait, but he goes, 25. And I go, I come here a lot. Would you do 20?
Hey,
I can't help it. I gotta do it. I gotta
Hey,
do it because that's
yeah.
just the way I roll. And he goes, I'm just putting this out there. I have to. He goes, 22.50. I go, sold.
Hell yeah.
I go, as long as I get it for less than what they originally priced it for. So I got that Michael Vick. It fits perfect. It's awesome. But yeah, I mean, I love garage sales. I love thrift stores, and I go all the time because you never know what you're gonna find, man. You
Oh, yeah.
never know. And a lot of stuff you don't know you need either. I mean,
Yeah.
look at the room.
Yeah,
A lot
right.
of shit I didn't know I needed.
Well,
But
that's like looking at my my fucking hair. I got like fucking bass amps and
I got another one of these plastic dressers today. It was like $5. It was,
Oh, yeah.
because, dude, you know how much a 4 drawers are? It's like $185 for a dresser that's got 4 drawers from IKEA. I'm
Oh,
like,
fuck
or
that.
from Walmart. I'm like, huh, I found one for $5, the Sterlite, whatever. And I
Mhm.
bought it. My wife goes, another one? And I
Right.
go, I got to clean up my room.
Perhaps.
She's like, you know how many shirts you have? And I go, yeah, don't judge. I have so many shirts and I keep buying and I keep getting rid of like 5 or 6 of them. And
Dude,
I buy like
yeah.
12 of them. And she's like, you only get rid of like half. And I'm like,
I'm bad with that too. I still have like awesome t-shirts I found from like 7 years ago, and now I have like 8 different hoodies and shit. It's like I'm getting a whole
yeah,
too many clothes after a little bit. It's like, yeah, maybe I should start pushing some out.
yeah, I know. But it's just like, hey, Kevin Spacey needs stronger hamsters for his gerbil fiasco. I'm sorry, sir. That was Richard Gere. It wasn't Kevin Spacey. That was Richard Gere.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Richard Gere was the gerbil guy. Yeah.
Remember how those things used to spread before we had like the real internet?
Oh, I know.
You just heard these things and
You just heard word of mouth and you had to wonder.
yeah,
That's
it was
basically
like
about it.
it was like telephone. And by the time, and then you're like, shut up, he didn't really have a gerbil in there. Yeah, man, he almost
Oh, dude.
died. He had a gerbil
Imagine-
up there, and his boyfriend had a thing in there, and then put the gerbil in.
Oh,
and-
imagine hearing about like 2 girls, 1 cup, and then actually, yeah, seeing it on the like hearing it, imagining, but then seeing it like you're like, oh,
Oh,
whoa.
I was just
You know what I always thought?
What?
What if you're one of the guys that's watching that and the next day you're like, I just made out with that girl. Fuck.
Well, I mean, it was a Brazilian film, so you know what? There's a lot of girls a lot of guys that would have been like, I know that girl.
Yeah, exactly. You went to high school with her, you're like, you're looking to the side like,
No, I mean like guys that fly down to Brazil to do certain things with certain girls.
oh yeah, yeah.
And the guys are like, oh shit, we went to Brazil last year. I know. Was this made before or after?
Yeah,
And wait a minute, I could have paid for that?
right. That's like being that guy's like, I just made out with that bit. Hold on, wait, was it after? Fuck. I hope not.
I made out with both of them. I only paid. No wonder why it was so cheap.
Right?
I knew their breath was a little weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder why it was a little funky. Fuck.
Holy shit! But yeah, we're so in such a weird time right now, man.
Yeah, we are, bro. Yeah, we are.
It's just 2022. 2022 was wild. I'll tell you that right now. 2022
Yeah.
was wild.
Mm-hmm.
2021, 2022 was wild. 2023. I mean, I'm hoping we get back to some sense of normalcy, but I don't fucking see that happening at all.
I absolutely do too, but I don't either. And let me see this article. Where the fuck are you at?
I mean, look at the way it's starting. The Republicans can't even nominate a House Speaker.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, like the Democrats are all rah rah rah, Hakeem Jeffries, yeah. Like, guys, you don't have the votes. You're never going to get a Republican to vote for Hakeem Jeffries because Hakeem Jeffries is nothing but another liar.
Right. That was the main thing too. Is like, yeah, I know he's pretty well up there, but I swear to, I don't think it's gonna happen.
No,
but I swear to God, if that did, dude, oh my God, like I would want to go punch every Republican in the face for just at least not doing your job. Like, dude, they're the minority right now. If they got a fucking Democratic House Speaker right now. Oh my god,
Dude, I don't see it not happening. Like, I don't.
well, and here's one reason why we're probably not going to be returning to normal anytime soon, especially if like what's going on with our government and all the governments around the world is shit like this. Whenever Klaus Schwab wants to come out again and say that the WEF declares people have no right to own their own cars, you can walk or share. And then whenever I did go through some of the article, that is exactly what they're saying, is that they want people to not be owning so many cars and they want to outprice them for people.
Yeah. Yeah.
How is that? Like I hope somebody is listening to this that actually thinks socialism is good. This is part of socialism when they're doing shit like this? How
Well-
is that good?
Well, once again, everybody who's a socialist, right, or who wants communism in the country, you should not have an OnlyFans, and I should be able to walk in your house and take anything I want.
Yep.
If you should be able to hang your communist flag outside, and I should be able to walk into your house freely and grab anything I want.
Yeah, I should be able to walk in, make a fucking can of Dinty Moore stew, and then if you look at me, I'd be like, well, we're sharing, right?
And shit on your carpet.
Yeah.
You want to see the Dinty Moore stew after effect? Here you go.
There you go,
And
buddy.
I'll see you later. Thank you. Thanks, pal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what kind of they're doing in Illinois now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's about to get fucking straight purge style there soon. I'm waiting to hear some fucking news from there because as of January 1st, all those
All of those-
second degree murder, fucking kidnapping, occupying somebody's residence,
48
police
hours.
can't come in. Yeah.
Can't do nothing for 48 hours.
Yeah.
Because they have that show First 48 that,
Oh yeah.
But yeah, but these people they just want the power to tell you what to do.
Exactly. And CDC is saying you should teach your kids to start using the word partner. The CDC.
How about the CDC's not a partner in anything that I do?
Yeah.
How
How
about
about the CDC shut the fuck up and worry about diseases if you're going to do anything and not worry about people's languages and what to fucking tell your kids to fucking say to be inclusive, and more fucking politically correct. Shut the fuck up. You're not the language police. There's nothing in control Center for Disease Control that says anything about language or words. Like, why are you guys like, I don't get it. Like, but I mean, I get it, but I also don't get why it's happening and why people are accepting it and like why anyone at all is okay with that even happening. Motherfuckers, this is the fucking agenda. This is the Marxism deal. They're going to constantly break you down to where it becomes transhumanism, to where everything is one and there is no individual. There's going to be one unit, everything. That's what it is about. There's going to be no longer husband, wife names, any of that shit. That's why they want to fucking get rid of woman. They want to get rid of man. They want anybody to be able to identify as what the fuck they want, cause confusion. Societal collapse is on its way. I hope you people are ready.
No, people aren't ready because they don't believe it's going to happen. I mean, they think that the government's just going to come in and just save everybody, and it's like, when has the government ever come in and stepped in and saved anybody? But it's because we haven't done it. All those other countries that tried it didn't do it the right way. This country, this predominantly white country, they have all this stuff. This predominantly white country, they are allowed all this stuff.
It'll never happen the right way.
Because we fund them. We give them money.
Exactly.
Did you not just see the things that we just funded in Jordan? Did you not just see the things that we funded trying to see if Thanos is correct?
Oh my God. I halfway forgot about that. Like, oh my God. Like, I didn't even think about that again for a second. Now I need to screenshot that shit and share it everywhere. Like,
yeah, me too. But this is why you say, and I'm wholeheartedly agree, the three-letter agencies have to go.
Yes.
Okay. The three-letter agencies, the CDC is now telling you have to use the word partner. And I'm sick and tired of the people telling me the FDA is the be-all end-all. Because you know why, people? This is your fucking FDA. This is your FDA.
The FDA is the end-all be-all of people.
Where's the volume? What the hell? Oh, what the hell?
to ask some questions of you, and a simple yes or no is fine. The FDA's authority over the safety of baby lotion. First, can the FDA require a review of baby lotion for safety before it comes to market? No. Can the FDA require the manufacturer not to use a toxic ingredient, for example, formaldehyde, in its baby lotion? No. Is the manufacturer required to register with the FDA before selling its baby lotion? No. So I think my first statement is becoming truer. Once
Oh my God.
Once to market, can the FDA require safety information about the baby lotion? No. If the baby lotion has caused bad reactions in the babies, can the FDA require a recall? No. If the manufacturer is aware of the baby's bad reactions, would the
You need to send me this video.
manufacturer to report that to the FDA? No. I want to ask some.
No. I don't
Yeah,
care how
that-
old
that-
it is. I don't care what people are saying that it's if
still the
they
same
say
shit. It's still the
it's-
same shit.
it's still the problem.
Mhm.
It's still the problem. It doesn't matter if that was 10
The
years old. Doesn't matter. They still have the same regulations.
The FDA hasn't fucking improved at all. They're fucking bullshit.
But yeah, I saw that on TikTok the other day. I was like, so no, if it has formaldehyde, if there a recall on it, no. So when you tell me take the jabber and it's FDA approved, no.
Yeah, fuck your
No.
FDA.
And another thing that I've come to realize, and
More
once again,
like it sounds like federal death assistant.
yeah,
You know
ain't
what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, Canada has that, and you're allowed to kill
Yeah.
yourself instead of going,
You have
and-
problems? Canada says just die.
Yeah, just kill yourself. Yeah, just die. You can't feed your family. Just die.
Just die.
Yeah. So and I love how the fact that Pfizer and all these companies that made billions of dollars off us, they have lawsuits against them in the last couple of years of billions of dollars
Mhm.
for medications that
Yep.
they were approved. And once again,
Pfizer, what did they settled like the biggest fucking lawsuit, I think, but we're just still fine with them putting shit in people's bodies.
just go ahead, take it. And not to tell you nothing, this is my study. Okay, I'm not going to say it's studied by anybody else. I'm going to say from my experience, you can experience whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. In my experience, everybody that's had the vaccine in this last everybody got sick thing, everybody who had the vaccine got COVID. Everybody who didn't have the vaccine tested negative for COVID.
Mm-hmm.
This is what in my study of people, and you could do your own study. You can see how it goes for you. I'm not telling you that's the way it happened to you, but what I've noticed is that everybody who tested positive for this last outbreak of sickness, they had their shot. And everybody who got sick recently, who didn't get it. I wonder why.
Right. Or, I mean, to be honest, even if we did get sick, not being vaxxed, we're probably just fucking fine and realize that we're going to be okay.
No, but
I don't get tested for shit because I'm going to be fine. I'm not worried about getting fear-mongered into getting tested for something that I'm just going to be like it's a flu or it's just a fucking cold.
But it's over the counter. Even the over-the-counter tests,
right?
The people are testing who's gotten the shots, are testing positive for it, and the people who are not, who didn't get the shots, are testing negative for it, and everybody's getting the same symptoms. But it just sounds like they've injected something into somebody, and now it's just lingering in their DNA.
Well, it's exactly. Lingering in your DNA, it has suppressed your immunity to where you're going to spread things, you're going to catch things faster. And this has already been said on Tucker Carlson. So YouTube, if you want to take this down, you better take down Tucker Carlson too. So that has already been said on his show as well, that the evidence is proving that a lot of that is happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All of a sudden, once again, 24-year-old men who have had no heart problems in the past, all of a sudden, now he's got heart problems. Now this person has an enlarged heart. This person has this problem. I think it was said that 1 in 800 people that have had the vaccine have had a vaccine injury from it. 1 in 800.
Yeah.
But once again, causation, you can't causation is not relative because the government says so. But
Yeah, I
stop
fucking
using
hate
cars.
that.
But stop using cars because the causation of the cow farts are causing the atmosphere.
See, when
to
I
go-
hear causation doesn't mean correlate or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
they try to like. I just want to be like, shut up, you're lost to the fucking system, and you don't want to fucking see the truth.
Yeah. And I hate the word dog whistle. I really do, because everything's a fucking dog whistle. Like, did you hear what he said? It's just a dog whistle telling people that this is what. No, it's an opinion.
Yeah,
And
it's
we're
an
allowed to
opinion.
have them. And we're allowed
Exactly.
to say whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah,
And you know
you
what?
want to
If
know
you
what's
don't
a
like it, then
right.
what you say. If somebody listens to you, either side, they're a fucking idiot.
Right. Well, and also like anytime like that's that one post that I put on Facebook not so long ago about the misinformation is the stupidest fucking thing that is going around right now. And all it does is gaslight people into not understanding what is happening. It's either truth or a lie. As soon as I hear somebody say misinformation, I quit fucking listening to you. Either tell me it's truth or a lie. If you say misinformation, you're a fucking retard.
Well,
I'm so tired of that.
That's the word. That's the wording. It's the wording. It's just like, you're a bigot for
Well,
what?
it's called
You're against trans people. Why am I against trans? How am I against trans people? Well, you don't want them to read books to kids. No, I don't want them to flash their fucking fake tits in front of kids. That's what I don't want.
Yeah,
Well, they
and
go
also-
to Hooters. Yeah. At Hooters? Have you seen the tits out at Hooters? Have you seen
Well,
the
and-
Hooters girls putting?
Well, but here's the thing
dancing?
though too. I don't care if a transsexual person reads a book to my kid.
Mhm.
Here's the thing. As soon as you start talking about anything other besides the book that goes on in your life that you want them to know, that's where the problem ensues.
And they're and a lot of them, you see these videos of I can't even tell my kids about me and my partner. Did you know your teacher was married?
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know my teacher. I thought they unplugged my teacher at the beginning of the school day. Then she taught. Then they plugged her back in the closet. That's what I thought
Right.
my teacher
Oh
did.
yeah.
When
Yeah,
I saw my
exactly.
teacher out in normal day life, I'm like, you're a real person.
You're like,
You-
wait a minute. You
wait.
exist outside of the fucking four walls of that room.
There's no like dog fence around the school where you can't just like
Right.
if you leave you no
Right.
you're a real teacher. You're a real person. Like I
Well,
didn't know. And
what
now
I
you want to
think
be
is-
able to tell your kids in your class that you and your boyfriend or your girl you and your girlfriend decided to scissor. Sorry.
Right.
It's not what you're here for. You're here to tell
Well,
them about herpes and
that's
how
what-
not to get it.
Well, there's people that like have somewhat given me shit about trying to teach my kids about how bad the government is and the fact that you shouldn't trust them and why and stuff like that. And they're like, well, they won't understand that. Oh, you're going to think they're going to understand that fucking bullshit? The fucking 27 genders and whatever else? Get fucked. How about I teach them how to fucking be themselves and not trust some bullshit that's going to fucking take all their money
Mhm.
and make them unhappy. And you guys want to fucking teach them about this bullshit. Like,
Teach them about the birds and the birds and the bees and the bees and the birds that want to be bees and bees that want to be birds and birds that don't know how to be bees and bees that don't know how to be birds. And one day it's a bird or a bee and it doesn't know what it wants to be today. It might be a bird. It might be a bee. It might have a stinger. It might not have a stinger. It might sting itself. It might sting your heart.
right? It had a stinger that became an Indian.
Oh, God, grief. Like I don't, but I can't tell my kids that the government's stupid.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Don't trust the government. Once again, you are the people screaming at Occupy Wall Street. You are the people screaming, no justice, no peace. You are the people screaming, fry pigs like bacon. And now all of a sudden, you're the people who are like, the government's the greatest. The cops are awesome. You can't have an AK-47 because the military has AK-47s.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What? Wait,
What?
you were just saying that you don't like all those people and now they're I'm confused.
Yeah, exactly. It's all one big confusing circle about bullshit.
You
Decided
had it
to
right.
scissor-
You and your boyfriend decided to scissor.
Scissor me timbers.
I saw a meme. It was I don't know if it was a meme or it wasn't a meme. I think it was true. It was like it said me and I'm transgender male to female and my boyfriend is transgender male female to male and we both just had a kid. It's just like What?
Huh? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to
And my
step away from
boyfriend
that one for a
and my
little bit.
boyfriend gave birth to our kid. I was like, wait a minute, isn't that trying to taking a Toyota and making it into a
into a
Lexus?
Dodge or something?
Yeah, and then making a Dodge into a Lexus, and then
Right.
and then what? Wait a minute.
See, and that's the whole thing. It's like I think that that's part of like the whole fucking. They're going to do that, so you keep thinking about other shit, so you don't pay attention to what the fuck is happening here because it plays into the mental illness deal to where they're all about it. All these motherfuckers are all about all that. So as soon as you start trying to either disagree with it or understand it, you can't because it changes consistently all the fucking time.
I'm a trans lesbian. That's what I say.
That's what yeah.
I just said I'm a lesbian with a wiener. That's
Mhm.
it. If you like boobies, that's what I said for
Oh,
a
yeah.
long time.
Well,
And I
that's
met
like
my
that
wife
whole
and I
thing with
became
like
more masculine.
people are like, well, if you're transphobic if you don't want to date a trans person, well, then she's fucking straight phobic because she won't have sex with me. I mean, that's the same equivalent, right? If a lesbian doesn't want to have sex with me, she's straight phobic.
I thought you meant the tranny. I thought you
No.
meant the tranny.
No, because then that would then I wouldn't have said she.
That tranny's straight phobic.
You're straight phobic because you don't want to do me.
Yeah, you're straight phobic because you don't want to do a dude.
Actually, I think that would probably want to do everything. I mean,
but it's just, and you know what happened the day that AG got fired, right?
No.
Oh, that's right. Andrew Tate happened that same day.
Oh, really? That Greta Thunberg shit and fucking well,
yeah.
that's the whole thing is that they think that that whole fight, whatever else, that Greta Thunberg had a hand in on him getting arrested and shit, but it was also
made up.
Yeah, it was made up, and it's a really stupid, weird situation. I don't even understand why he got it. It's like some chicks were there, and he's making money off of them doing like OnlyFans shit. Which, so what? He's fucking doing it. They're doing it. He's doing it. Like,
he said, "Hey, if you come here," and it's funny because I heard that he had a secret hideout. Meanwhile, if you go to Google Maps, it tells you Andrew Tate's house, Andrew Tate's Lamborghini, Andrew Tate's. It's on Google fucking Maps. So how is it a hideout? Like, it's not underground layer.
Right. But then the people want to bitch the fact that Elon Musk got rid of the guy who tracked him and gave his location. But guess what? That was not public information. The motherfucker had to do homework to find out which plane was Elon's and put his kid in danger. Of course, I would have fucking banned the guy. But to be honest, if I was Elon, I would have found out who he was and I'd have punched him in his fucking mouth or took him out. But that's me.
Elon's got enough money. And that's another thing. It's kind of weird. Don't you think it's kind of weird that all of a sudden Twitter went from this company that was able to afford all these employees to work 4 hours a day, drink on the job, and do basically nothing. And then all of a sudden Elon Musk takes over and they're going bankrupt. What could it be? What could it be? Could it be the government that paid Twitter and Facebook and all these places to do all this spying on people and the government subsidized them? Could it possibly be that?
Exactly.
I don't know. All of a sudden Twitter's going bankrupt because there's not enough money. And you really think all that advertisement went away? No, I still see I see ads every other one.
So do I. Yeah.
I see more people on it now having conversations and stuff more than before. And all of a sudden, they're losing money. I wonder, and he got rid of a bunch. I wonder why. Could it possibly be the government was subsidizing these companies? It still is. Makes you want to think, doesn't it? Makes you think. Makes you think. Maybe.
Makes you wonder how the fuck they stayed afloat and why.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Well, and it explains why everybody was so upset that Elon Musk was taking over Twitter. Like all these people, Elon Musk taking these Twitter. Oh, why? Because you make money off of Twitter? Oh, sorry. Here's an idea. Be a real fucking journalist. Go out and really do what you're supposed to do. Just like these two knuckleheads over here. The guy that tried to blackmail Elon Musk live. Stop being like these two dum-dums who are like, Trump, because Mitch McConnell won because Mitch McConnell said Trump was a bad guy and these guys. No, stupid. This is why. They told you why. Because he's part of the establishment and they're holding firm. not like the other pussies that decided that, well, we don't want Nancy Pelosi. She's the establishment. Here's $1 million, and here's a Tesla, and you get this committee. Okay, well, maybe Nancy Pelosi isn't so bad.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, these guys are standing firm and going, no, fuck it. We'll blow the system up. Good. Thank you. Thank you. They get it. Why do you want to keep these politicians in there? Why?
Right.
Why? What good is that doing us? What good is not having term limits? Once again, people born in the 30s and 40s are still making policy today.
Yep.
Today, they're still making policy.
You want to keep those assholes in there. Yeah.
People who've used the N-word probably religiously, and people who've been called the N-word probably religiously are still making laws today.
Yeah.
Like some of these people were in their teens. No, yeah, in their 30s. They probably had kids when blacks still weren't allowed in schools, in segregation. These people were alive.
Exactly.
People want them making laws still. I don't.
Yeah.
Either way, I don't care. They're too old.
They're too old.
I don't want people over a certain age driving.
Well, I mean,
let alone making policy.
I'm not gonna lie. I've always said once you hit 70, you probably shouldn't drive anymore. Yeah. But I agree with the fact that
they said the N-word. Yeah, I know. I agree.
Well,
with
that too. They go home and screaming at the moon.
Can you believe what's in the White House now?
But it's just that's the whole thing. The absolute power corrupts absolutely. Once you've been in there so long, you're not going to be good. It's just if you've been in there for so long and you have that power, you're going to continue to be a piece of shit and gain power and money and try to fucking stay in there. That's why we want the term limits. That's how our government is supposed to work. Is get them the fuck out, new people. What up, Jackie?
A lot of these fuckers, I have no idea who they are or where they're from. So a lot of them have just been quiet, just sitting back quietly, like, yeah, well, yeah. Huh? What do you want?
Well, go ahead. I'll tell you right now. Go ahead and look into fucking probably at least 3/4 to almost all of anybody who's in there from the Democrats, and guess who probably funded them? George Soros. I could probably put money on that.
That's another thing. McCarthy was funding the Democrats to beat the Republicans in most of these races.
Yeah,
like the guy from Arizona, Mark Kelly, who beat the other guy. He was on Timcast, and they literally didn't give this dude any money. I forget what his name, Blake Masters. They didn't give Blake Masters any money, and I think they gave money to the Democrat Mark Kelly, and Mark Kelly won. So they weren't funding these people. McCarthy was part of that. Like, no, we're not giving him any money.
Right.
And he still almost won. Almost won.
That was another reason why I'm saying, like with Trump, the fact that he's wanted McCarthy to be the speaker. And I'm like, that's another reason why I don't want to vote for him now, because it's just like he's making stupid fucking decisions. And it's just so dumb. Like he's better for this country, but now he's just being a dumbass. And now he's being part of the establishment when he's all about draining the swamp. And it seems like he's part of it now.
But then again, dude, he's almost fucking 80. So it's like, again, I don't want him. I
don't either. Yeah. For the age,
he's fucking 80. Like, I get it. He's spry. He's good. But like, dude, you're almost fucking 80. I don't want you in there. I would, like you said, I'd want like even though he's more establishment, dude from Florida, DeSantis, you know? Yeah. Because no matter what, he still has the balls to say some things that people are just like, and call out the media, just trying to play politics. Yeah. Yeah. He's just trying to play it and failing now. I mean, but it's his ego. His ego is just way too big. You know, he think he got that power, and now he's just like, yeah, take the vaccine. I made the vaccine, so you got to take it. And it's just like, no, dude. Once again, we voted for you because you weren't forcing people to do stuff, and now you're kind of forcing people to. No, you did it
right.
Thank you. You got it out. People who needed it. And once again,
I think it was even Trump actually talked to Alex Jones or something like that. And I know Alex Jones said that this is exactly what he said, which I haven't heard anything saying from Trump that he hasn't said it, that Jones was like, you condemn the vaccine. He's like, no, I don't condone it. I think it's good. But so even Jones was like, I no longer support him.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who just won't. Listen, I just think from my point of view, I think it's stupid to hate him for the stupid reasons people hate him. Like I was talking to my friend who, hardcore liberal, and he was like, well, I liked him, I liked what he did, but his mouth. And I'm like, who cares about his fucking
Who
mouth?
gives a fuck about that?
Who cares? Just because, and I'm sick and tired of having people who just don't answer the fucking question.
Yeah.
They don't. This dumb that's in the White House didn't answer a fucking question, and somehow he rode into the White House. Didn't answer a question. I'm sick and tired of that. And Trump did. Why'd you do this? Well, because, it's the greatest wall, it's the greatest vaccine ever out there, and people are going to put photographs in it, and people are going to put, some kind of bleach and whatever, not, and it's going to try to, and I mean, and people were like, yeah, what is he talking about, bleach? And then when you looked into it, you realized, there's a disinfectant in there, and that's what he meant to say.
Right.
And then
he
there
was
are
just
UV lights.
And...
Yeah. There are UV lights that, they were trying for a therapy.
Yeah.
If you looked into it. But no, once again, you fucking idiots watched and read the mainstream media and went, Trump said he was going to put bleach in there. And Trump said you don't right. Because and then have the fucking balls to call us fucking sheep. No, you guys are sheep because you only listen to Trump. No, here's an idea. You said something, and I went to rebut you, and you went,
yeah, I don't hear you.
A 5-year-old tantrum, you fuck. Did you even listen to what I said? No, you didn't listen because you just heard the mainstream media go, and you went,
yeah, exactly. And you parroted that shit. That's exactly what happened.
And then when I tried to explain to you, you just went, I don't hear you.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I think we did it, sir. We did it. The first back.
Hell yeah. First episode back. It was a good one.
Like I said, I was watching our first episodes, and boy, we have
came to a whole different area.
Long way.
Speaking of come to a long way, here's our outro song. And yeah, come a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Not
you got turn yourself up. Turn yourself up.
Oh, hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. We have came a decent little bit. I definitely agree. And I love that we're back in this. Got some support, supporting other people, growing this community. And I can't wait for this fucking year. I think it's going to be awesome. We're going to try to get more people on, do more shit. And with that, I am Scott_Craiglow on Instagram and Business Party Podcast on Instagram.
And also, we have a lot of stuff coming this year. Like I said, we're going to try to do Patreon. If that don't work, we're going to go to OnlyFans. We already have both of those set up. We are going to do gaming on here also.
Yeah.
We are going to stream games. And depending on what you guys think, what you guys want, give us likes so we can hit the front page and we can have more people watch our stuff. So maybe we can go more times a week, and give you guys more content. And the community we've built, we've come to, not say we've built, but we've come into has been a great community, with a great bunch of people. And we're going to start to do things with those people and brainstorm with them and incorporate each other in each other's things. And so, yeah, we're going to be gaming on here. We're going to be doing a lot of other things. So with that, I am Midwest Troublemaker for now on TikTok because I got an account warning that just won't go away. So yeah, I'm also on Troublemaker Davey on TikTok now also, and MW Troublemaker on Twitter, and Business Party News on TikTok, Business Party News on Instagram, Midwest Troublemaker on Instagram. And go follow Spaghetti and Specs because because hey, listen, it's a puppet. The puppet can say things I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, if the puppet says, I can't help what the puppet says. The puppet just has a mind of its own.
You're just saying it.
So, yeah. But yeah, we have so much hopefully planned. Need to make some smooth brain submissions. We got that coming. We also got hopefully, starting a segment with, maybe we'll be on hers or, vice versa with Freely Ashley. Hopefully hit or kiss. What is it? Is it hit or kiss? I don't
even know. I think it was hit or miss.
Something. We're like I said, there's a bunch of stuff with a bunch of people that who are great people, and hopefully we will we will, do what we got to do. And and all of us are here not to change your mind.
And check out this dude's podcast, Voice of the People.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Voice of the People. And like I always say, we're not here to change your mind. We're just here to open your mind.
Exactly.
And
fuck the moon.
We're going to Uranus.
Woo!